Hello there, and welcome to a surprising episode 2 of my wild gameplay for Heroes Hour. I'm Icon, this is hardcore difficulty, and your comments have helped me to derive a new strategy for the situation at hand. Those who have watched the last episode might know, but I want to repeat here. The Dwarven faction somehow broke through my territory at the beginning of week 4 like a madman, and I tried to beat them in the open field, and a very helpful comment said I should try to take it at city. So I did. So I'm trying to reproduce the success that has happened, and we're going to see and have some fun with this game because I actually made it at the first attempt. So let's go for that. And I really liked that one because it taught me something new. And at the same time, we get to play this wonderful game a little bit longer, because I was already quite sad about the fact that I got steamrolled like that. So we're now getting attacked here. I don't want my anima, though, at the front line. The bears are okay. We don't care about the bears. The minstrels, the satyrs, all the expendables, blade singers. That's okay. Let's put up some more ranged dudes, and if possible, I'd like to avoid putting up the. Will we keep it like that? Would like to avoid putting the anima up to the plate too much, but I want my ranged units on the field already, so we can do some damage from the inside. Well, let's do this and see where it'll get us. So, also a very, very nice tip that you guys gave me: using the wild call into the back line of the enemy is quite devastating. Thanks for that one, also very helpful. So let's put up some stone skin at the front gates here, where we'll have some breach. And my troops are already engaging on the enemy. That's a good sign, I dare say. Alright, so the enemy is already out of reinforcements while we're chilling. Let's put up another stone skin into my front line. Sure, we'll lose a couple of dudes here. No question about that, but if I'm lucky, that's been the main force of the AI, and with some luck, we now have pretty much the enemy under control out of that. Here it's a little bit rough at the end, but we're so much in advantage. We're just sweeping out the rest of them. And since this was happening at my main capital, and we got the infirmary already, the losses will be substantial, but not as heavy as on the enemy side. So thanks so much for that one. I wouldn't have come up with that myself. So let's increase royalty so we can get our losses mitigated a little bit cheaper. So, well, that was quite harsh, gotta say, but it would have been harsher to lose the game, wouldn't it? So let's recruit what we can. Due to the royalty increases, it is dirty cheap by now. I love that. And yeah, we survived. It's kudos to you guys. Thanks for inspiring me to give it another go. Now, so what can we build here? Can we build something? Should we build something? I'd be down for upgraded minstrel, the upgraded satyrs. Upgrading my troops size seems like something that I really should do at this point. The economy of the Wild faction is really weird, and I think I gave it a good think between this and the last session, and my personal opinion by now is one of the biggest handicaps of this faction seems to me their staggered income. The fact that as Wild player you get your money at the beginning of the week, diminished money that even is, and then you have to work with that for the remainder of the week. Whereas all the other factions get their money in a more staggered way. Whereas your Eurydimus harder as a wild player. So that means if you spend your money wrong, you're screwed with that decision. So let's get into that fight. These guys have they're only backline. So let's put our fast blade singers up front. That's really important. And beyond that, these guys are slow. I want to replace them. I want to have as many fast attackers here on the board as possible. I want to get into their face. So I also realized that I don't have my faction spell available right now. Probably should have delayed that attack, but I really need that mine. What can I do? So we could place a Trent? No, we can't. Okay, whatever. I feel like this should be okay. So, do I have anything that I could use against these guys? Chaos. Would that be beneficial for us? I somehow doubt it. Well, let's see what we can do here. Not so sure about this one, honestly. Yeah, I should have waited until the wild core is back up, I guess. But then again, did we lose that much? Bloodlust was proposed as pretty useful as well, but I want to increase archery now. I really am relying on that a lot. So that's been a really bad turn. You know what? We're not going to take that fight. I think I really should learn to adapt my strategy as I go with the faction that I play. And I feel like the Wild faction might be one of the most demanding factions to play with. They're certainly not among the easy playable ones. So what can I do then effectively with this day if I can't put up that fight without burning a big part of my army? I can go up there. Okay. I'm in the vicinity of the treasure here, so let's just adjust. I mean, the AI just got a bloodied nose. I'm pretty sure the AI won't attack me immediately right now. So let's see. We got the location here. So it all spawned on one time. Okay. I was like, where's the treasure? You finally found the treasure. Where? Summoning. Oh, hell yeah. So, I love summoning. Mesmer's lands. More summoning. More spell power. This guy is pretty stacked in terms of knowledge, but not so much in spell power. Or am I misreading that? 6 attack, 6 defense. No, knowledge is very low and spell power is very high. Somehow always confusing me. I don't know. So, yeah, well. Is this an increase of knowledge? It almost seems like it is. So let's come up with more archery, I said. Because I still think that's quite important. So, let's upgrade these ladies as well. The more unit upgrades I put down now, I think the better. So I'm quite scared about the fact, though, that the enemy AI just pressed that easily out of its enclosure and smacked me. So I want to try if I can get that fight down without wasting my faction spell. Because that one's looking pretty easy. Or we're directly skipping to outcome. Never directly skip to outcome. That's nothing good comes out of that. So these guys have a front and a back line. So we're going to put the bears in front because they are for free. Free bears. So let's see. I specifically want to keep my my faction spell online here. So we're losing a handful of bears, but that was to be expected. They just respawn back at home, no problem. So as much as I want to have some crystal there, I need the XP quite badly. I need this guy as strong as possible. So Wild Speaker, oh yeah. So when I'm returning to the city, I'll be able to upgrade a big portion of my army, and that's going to be a very big thing. It also means that I again have delayed my expansion quite a bit, and I could have used that spell. Oh, this is so complicated. This faction is damn complicated. You don't want to waste your faction spell, but here I missed an opportunity quite clearly. Well, balancing that out and learning your way around that might be one of the hardest things about this faction. So I really don't know if this is getting me anywhere. I'd rather take this because I know this is getting me somewhere. New heroes are going to be very, very important and powerful for me. So this has been a bad week so far. Expansion works so damn slowly with this faction because I need to cut my losses. Wherever I go, I need to cut losses. It's quite hard. But now, let's go into a glorious fight. This should be really good. So let's go for something like that. And let's get that wild call going right away. Unleash the animals! There we go. So I bet there'll be some losses, because there's always some losses. Probably we'll reinforce the bear front here with some stone skin, but beyond that I'm pretty sure we did a great job this time. Here we go. So let's put up some bloodlust, because there's always something or somebody dying in my battles, and therefore I think I can benefit from that a lot. Okay, we got fresh resource. Where to spend it? I'd love to build a stronghold, but this is so far out of reach for me. Archives of Magic? Well, I got a level 10 hero. Upgraded Forest Heart is, for me, practically the most important and interesting thing, so let's grab ourselves the necessary ore and upgrade that thing. Ancient Trend Expert, now that comes in handy. Perfect. Okay. So, I'm so afraid of being attacked again. Can't tell you. Okay, but whatever. Overgrown mine. Number, I don't know what, but we need more of these. The more, the better. Where's the next victim? There it is. Is there anything in closer range to me? Here, no, that's Trock Hobbles. Damn. Well, we gotta go there. I mean, there's quite some loot over there as well. Wouldn't be too bad, huh? So, let's rescue the hostages, though. So, according to the game, I'm so stupidly strong that I don't need to fight anymore. Manually, that is. I'm quite fascinated about the assumption of the game that I'm that strong. So, let's see. These wild speakers are pretty cool because they summon temporary units for me. I like that. Okay, let's put up something like that. Ranged spells, ranged. So, yuck. Translates to yuck, but it's a weak spellcasting thing there. We should be fine. The Mesmer set for this hero sucks quite hard, I realized. Out of a simple reason. Yes, it's cool that I got summoning now, but I don't get summoning spells per se. And this hero is not focused around summoning, so it'll always be kind of shitty for him. Well, you can't be that lucky every time, I guess. So I want to wait out another day before I get into these fights, because I'm already bleeding troops. Get too hard. Jeez. Or can I do this? Well, let's try it nevertheless. This is one thing that's so weird about this faction. You can't really fight as you want to. What happens if I skip to outcome? I lose some of my ranged units. That's outright disgusting. These are the backbone of my fighting power, after all. I can't lose them like that. You can't fight like that. So engineering skill, it's also not really important to fight for that. So, well, let's go for this one here. But this is, again, a composition of enemies that's mostly ranged. Why is the game punishing me so hard? No, I'm going to put up my effort into getting these, getting that mine going. Because I really think that's, right now, the absolute utmost importance. Getting those mines going. As many as possible, because that's bringing me more Waveborn. And these are free troops, and powerful free troops. So, let's head over to this place. And I think the next level up of my dude will be spent into... I'm afraid... will be spent into the logistics upgrade. So that's looking like quite a nasty fight to me. So, since that's the case, oops, let's upgrade our army size one more time. There we go, I can't actually afford everything. Nice. So, even if it means a little detour, it's relatively small, and I got 4 of these big bad grove souls now, which got afterlife. That means they even summon units if they die. I like that. Okay, what's that here? A druidic shrine. Oh, spawns forest spirits for me. Could capture that as well. Okay, so let's pick up that fight and fight it good. So these ladies, the ritualists and the other guys are, I think, the best ones there. So they got a mixture of ranged and fast charging units. You know what? Since they got chargers, I really don't mind. And I think putting up the Waveborn in that kind of scenario is actually really good. Because these are the free units of my roster, and I really don't care if they get roasted by the enemy ranged units. It's still a shame about the bears, but I think it is impossible in this game to set up a nice big bad roster of bears. I'm not using my skill right now on purpose because I want to see if I can tackle this fight without, but I'm already seeing some regret on my face as these ritualists just die like flies. But let's see. We also lost 2 of our grove souls. Harsh. But at least I got the healing skill now, so no, not logistics. We need healing. So let's see. Yes, these losses stay stuck. Wow. So I'm really sorry, guys, that I'm doing so much safe scumming in this episode, but I really want to get down with this faction for good. You know, I really want to learn playing them well, and obviously not as easy as it sounds. So we got this weird setup. Well, no thanks, but no. I think the wild speakers, these guys, something like that maybe. But no, let's put up the freebie front. Now I got some field power, unit power left. Let's put up more of the water elementals and some dead eyes. No! Oh man, this game needs a better better manager for the unit field power. It's always such a bloody mess. Can we go for something like that? Yeah, I'd like that. And fill up the rest with these. Yeah, well, I think that should work somehow. And this time we just directly go in their backline because I don't want to risk anything unnecessary here. Stone Skin the sadder frontline, or they're minstrels now. I get the idea. So let's see how we can change this up now. Let's use some more spells here. The buffing power of Bloodlust and Stone Skin is something I feel like I underestimated as well. So this is a completely different outcome. The Call of the Wild is such an amazing spell, but at the same time, it's so hard to pull off properly. But whatever, I don't want to mutter any longer. We got what we wanted. Now. Oh, so there... What? So that's what happened the last turn. I didn't see that guy running around, did you? Okay, so we need to forget everything we did there. So he's now at moderate difficulty. Damn, I didn't see that guy at all. Did they come through the portal? Ah, that's why. Okay. Sheesh. So what do you do now? Except for pissing me mildly off. Well, okay, so they don't dare to attack me anymore. Good. Well, then I'll attack you. I'll regret it, I guess. I'll regret it, I'll guess. But we'll see about that. Okay, we want to sit back and let them come to us, I think. Jeez, this is such a wild episode. I'm even lacking words. Like there's so much confusion happening here and so much hullabaloo. I have a hard time staying on track here with the situation, but also it's quite nasty. This earthen force is really something we're having trouble with. But let's see. Let's keep bloodlusting our frontliners. I think that's a strong power move there. So why the hell is their reinforcement bar getting higher again? Stone Skin or frontline one more time. And send in our reinforcements. So sadly got no mana left. So what we lose like 90% of our front line here right now. While our enemy is just spamming backliners in our face. Oh, I still got more reinforcements. Okay, never mind. There has never been any trouble with this one. So, okay, we got our front line into a reset. But the good news is I almost lost none of my real damage dealers, like the Deadeyes and the like. So we take that. This actually went super well, considering how much I can just now fit back into my army. So this is I feel like hardcore is a much more interesting difficulty level. I mean, that has been something we could hope for, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's upgrade those flower fields. I kept delaying that for no particular good reason. Okay. So, makes me wonder if I shouldn't go into counterattack here. So, let's have a look-see here at least. Because I'm quite frankly curious, although I actually want to get back to my mine. But let's just check out what's happening over there. I mean, I really don't think that I am already powerful enough to take it up with that guy directly. So, is this spell off cooldown right now or not? How to tell? I just don't know. Seriously. Alright. Let's get in there. So, if I skip to outcome, I lose a handful of these. You know what? I'm okay with that for now. I wouldn't have thought that I'd save that once, but I actually do. Because it's only Deadeyes, and these guys, they respawn basically for free. And it saves me the trouble of wondering and figuring out how to fight that. And this is something which points for me towards that this faction is a little bit off comparatively to the others. Like, I have way less fun playing them. And I'm enjoying pretty much everything about this game. I feel like, I don't know. For me personally, it feels like this faction could need a little bit more oomph, but I'm certainly not really sure about that. Okay, so there's the next enemy coming up there. So since we got ourselves now properly stacked up, let's get ourselves finally some backup here. So this good lady here has bodyguards tier 2 at least. And let's see. Yeah, that's not a bad army at all. It's considered as a hard defense for her, but well, going to be okay for the moment. So, well, -5 it is. Jeez. It's really hard to accept for me. So, recruitment. What's recruitment? Ah, here. Perfect. Let's wear that. Way better than the stuff I got here. So let's do one more controlled battle and regret that immediately, I guess. So here we go. No, just kidding. I got my secret skill available, so it's all fine. And the thing is, you ought to use that as much as possible because it gives you free anima recruits, and that's just damn spiffy because, you know, can use these critters pretty well. So let's see. I just hope that I got as much freedom for that. Let's see, is there anything I can recruit here? No. But I think combined with her bodyguards, this should be okay. But let's save the game before I do something stupid. There we go. Because I'm... Oh well. He's not attacking me. Okay. So, there's now 1 day cooldown of my little spell there, so my little anima friends have to travel alone. They're used to that. So I can't do this right now. As tragic as it might seem to me. So, well, let's just camp another day around in the wilderness. I don't know, I don't like the dynamic of this faction in that regard. As powerful as these summons might be, it feels like I'm extremely gated in my decisions. But on the other hand, free units all day, you know? It's also something you shouldn't underestimate. So, no, we don't skip to outcome in this. Although the game really sees me here in a very, very powerful position, as you see. So, I don't know how many times I have fought this battle today. Way too many times, I dare say. But let's win it for good. But, well, it's one of the harder ones too, gotta admit. I mean, my troops are quite decimated from the last hero battle that they've been into. So, well, shouldn't be too hard on them. Okay, so let's go for logistics. I like the idea of that. Making this guy a little bit more mobile is a great thing. And capturing this thing right one day before the weekly reset is another great thing. So let's head back to town. And let's build ourselves some archives of magic. I want that faction spell. This way I have a good excuse for my main dude to go back to town once in a while. So, go. It's one thing I love about having that skill, which lowers your recruitment costs, is that you can spend your stuff way more freely. So here we go. Quite some nice reinforces, but that's only the beginning. So let's not go for the create max trap. So I'm out of Quicksilver for these beautiful ladies, but that's okay. Yeah, because it wasn't enough here, the money. So what's the racial spell that we got here? Earthen Guard creates a stationary group of units that your enemies will have to fight to pass. Yeah, sounds useful, I guess. So there's lots of random junk roaming around now on the map. Let's see. This fair lady here, though, has a pretty nice army on her own, and I'd say it's a good idea to send her around now, level up a bit on her own. So skip to outcome. Both. 0 losses. I like that. So Life Spark. This spell is much stronger than the other dude. I think it was my own fault for bringing up a Might hero instead of a Druid hero. So if I go for another run with Wild, I'll make sure that I'll main a Druid hero. I think that's going to be an interesting twist of events. Alright guys, so episode 3 will be happening because we're here. We're punching and we're leveling up a druid in the background, and what's not to like about that? So thanks to you guys this has happened, so drop me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up if you liked, and of course consider subscribing. There's daily content coming up from my side. I'd love to have you. See you guys next time, and have a good one. Bye-bye.